at Brightfield High, while students laughed and rushed through the hallways. Ayan Malik sat quietly at his desk staring at yet another failed math test, 14 out of 100. Marked in sharp red ink with the familiar comment, "Needs improvement again." As whispers spread around him, calling him hopeless and a failure, tightening the frustration in his chest. At home, disappointment hung thick in the air, as his father compared him to top students, and his mother gently urged him to try harder, leaving Ayan feeling smaller than ever. That night, he retreated to his room, listening to the rain tapping the window while notebooks full of crossed-out problems and mistakes stared back at him, making him whisper to himself, "Why do I keep failing? Why can't I do anything right?" For the first time, hopelessness truly settled in. But on his way home in the rain, a dim sign caught his eye. "Basu's electronics repair, come in." Curious minds welcome, and curiosity led him inside a cluttered shop filled with the warm scent of solder and aging wires, where an elderly man muttered at a stubborn radio. When Ayan chuckled, the man Mr. Basu recognized him as the boy who always fails. When instead of judging him, he asked a simple question, "Do you want to stop failing?" With hesitant honesty, Ayan admitted he did, even if he didn't believe in himself. Mr. Basu told him to return tomorrow so he could learn something more valuable than schoolwork: how to turn failure into a teacher. The next day, Ayan was handed a broken radio with one instruction: fix this. And though he panicked, Mr. Basu insisted that not knowing what to do was the perfect place to start. Ayan failed repeatedly, losing screws, tangling wires, and making mistakes for hours. But he kept trying until, by the end of the week, the battered radio finally crackled to life. Mr. Basu smiled and explained that failure wasn't a wall. Blocking success, it was a guide, a mentor, something you return each time by trying again. For the first time in months, Ayan walked home through the rain feeling a spark of hope. Over the next weeks and months, he visited the shop daily, failing and learning through countless broken appliances, and slowly began applying the same mindset to school-breaking problems into small parts, correcting mistakes, asking questions without fear. When exam results arrived, he nervously scanned the board and froze at the sight of his score: 72%. Tears blurred his vision as he ran through the rain to share the news with Mr. Basu, who celebrated by giving him an old, worn screwdriver, a symbol that life will keep breaking things. But those who persist and keep fixing what breaks will rise stronger. Years later, after becoming an engineer, a tech innovator, and a mentor to others, Ayan stood before a crowd of students and held up that same old screwdriver while explaining that failure didn't stop him, it shaped him. Success isn't about winning, he told them. It's about refusing to quit. Return every failure until it becomes success. And from that day forward, Ayan dedicated his life to teaching others that setbacks are not the end. They are the beginning for those who choose to rise again.